Charity Lockhart has become the surprise sensation of America's Got Talent 2025. Her golden buzzer moment brought the crowd to its feet and introduced millions to her raw voice and powerful story. Overnight, fans and critics alike were drawn to her journey from adversity to stardom. What makes Charity stand out isn't just her talent, it's her history of overcoming hardship and unwavering drive. Her emotional auditions and fearless honesty strike a chord with audiences. Each note reflects the grit and passion that fueled her rise, turning a life once marked by struggle into a growing legacy of fame and financial success. Lockhart's journey proves it's possible to transform pain into purpose, connecting to viewers who crave genuine artistry and hope. In the sections that follow, you'll discover the pivotal moments, influential mentors, and bold decisions that sparked her popularity and how her unique path shattered expectations in 2025. Roots of Resilience: Charity Lockhart's Early Life and Music Foundations. Charity Lockhart's path to fame didn't begin on center stage, it started at home, shaped by family, faith, hardship, and hard-won hope. Her earliest years laid the groundwork for the rich, soulful artistry that would later command standing ovations on America's Got Talent. Understanding her roots reveals how deep dedication and grit shape an artist who isn't afraid to own her story. Growing up surrounded by music. Charity's introduction to music came from her own living room. As the daughter of a Pentecostal pastor in Detroit and a mother who taught music, her world was soundtracked by gospel harmonies, church choirs, and the discipline of formal music study. The lessons planted early shaped her future. Family influence: her father filled Sundays and weeknights with powerful gospel, teaching her that songs could move hearts and heal wounds. Mother's guidance: Charity's mother made the distinction between a hobby and a craft, instilling the daily discipline of violin, piano, and voice lessons. Gospel roots: from a very young age, Charity was involved in choirs and small ensembles, with gospel as her musical foundation. Classical training: alongside her gospel roots, she mastered violin and piano, gaining technique and poise from classical music structure. At just 6, she performed publicly, and by 12, she became the lead singer for the teen gospel group Revelation, opening for big names like Commissioned and Mississippi Mass Choir. This blend of church and classroom formed the backbone of her sound, a unique mix of soulful expression and technical mastery. Facing hardship and building character. Charity's youth wasn't only hymns and home-cooked meals. Her young adulthood was marked by hardship. After her marriage ended, she found herself a single mother, sometimes with no roof to call her own. Periods of homelessness: she lived in her car with her children in Arizona, scraping together gigs in nightclubs and small venues to support her family. Rebuilding in Arizona, the move to Phoenix wasn't just a change of scenery, it was her fight for a new start. With little more than determination and her children at her side, Lockhart hustled for every opportunity. Parenting through pain: even as she worked long nights, she nurtured her kids' dreams, refusing to let hardship define their future. Pursuing passageways: Charity entered competitions, earning wins like a $1,000 Arizona Music Prize while still living in her car. This period shaped Charity's worldview and voice. The struggle brought fierce empathy and a burning need to tell stories, her own and those of others living unseen lives. Every challenge became a verse in her ongoing song of hope. A performer shaped by struggle. Charity's struggle didn't just mold her character, it shaped her artistry. After earning a music performance degree at Wright State University, she spread her wings far beyond local venues. International experience: she sang across Italy, Germany, Switzerland, and in touring productions, including as a young Melba Moore and Still Standing. Cruise line breakthroughs: Lockhart broke barriers, becoming the first headliner to relaunch entertainment on Celebrity Edge cruises post-lockdown. Variety of genres: her shows pay tribute to greats like Aretha Franklin and Whitney Houston, blending pop, gospel, soul, and classical. Las Vegas and beyond: from Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas to festivals in Japan, her voice drew crowds, winning the title Cruise Entertainer of the Year in 2023. Charity built her bond with audiences from honesty. She strips her story bare on stage, sharing not just impressive vocals, but also the soul behind them. Each performance is shaped by memories of sleeping in cars, caring for her kids, and singing for survival. Her presence on stage offers more than entertainment, it inspires people to believe that every pain can become strength. Her artistry is inseparable from her story, making each song a testament to the power of starting over and the hope found in every note sung. Defining moment: the AGT Golden Buzzer and National Breakthrough. Charity Lockhart's AGT audition in 2025 didn't just move the crowd, it rewrote the rules of what a breakout performance looks like. Audiences watched as she turned a familiar stage into the scene of her national breakthrough, winning over judges and millions at home. Her ability to rise in real time, seize a golden buzzer, and ignite viral excitement defined her overnight stardom. Here's how that moment unfolded, from onstage tension to a wave of cultural impact. Turning the tables on national TV, responding to Simon Cowell. Charity's spotlight moment began with uncertainty. She started her audition with a heartfelt take on Over the Rainbow that drew honest critique from Simon Cowell. Instead of freezing, she kept her composure. Her reaction was calm, focused, and confident. Simon's feedback cut through the nerves, suggesting she hadn't yet shown her true voice. Many singers would crumble under such pressure. Charity leaned into it. Taking Cowell's challenge, she asked for a restart right there on live TV. She paused, grounded herself, and signaled for a different track. This move showed her adaptability, not just as a performer but as an artist willing to risk everything for sincerity. Her actions spoke just as loudly as her notes. Quick pivot, she flipped the script when most would fold. Courage on display. By restarting, she demonstrated her confidence in creative control. Focus under pressure, she didn't let nerves, lights, or a skeptical judge rattle her. Instead, she let the moment push her forward. This decisive move wasn't just a stage trick, it unlocked her real strength for everyone to see. The result, the crowd noticed. The judges leaned in. The next song choice would define everything. Golden buzzer glory, what made Charity distinct? Charity's bold restart led to a haunting version of the Beatles' Golden Slumbers. No technical frills or over-the-top runs, she poured her story into every phrase. This mix of controlled tone, masterful breath work, and raw emotion created the show's signature moment. What set her delivery apart? Tone, she blended gospel warmth and pop clarity, making every lyric feel urgent and close. Technique, her background in classical and gospel was clear. Dynamic shifts, subtle vibrato, and effortless transitions gave Golden Slumbers an almost orchestral power. Emotion, she wasn't just covering a Beatles song, she told her own story with every word. Fans recognized the pain, hope, and resilience in her voice. No flashy tricks, just pure, fearless honesty. Mel B's hand slammed the golden buzzer mid-song, a rare move no one saw coming. Confetti fell as Charity stood stunned, surrounded by cheers and judge applause. Mel B later called Charity's voice one that comes from hardship, delivers hope, and sounds like joy after pain. Charity's version didn't just impress technically. It created an energy that made people stop scrolling and start paying attention. Capturing America's heart, audience and judge response. The reaction was instant and explosive. Clips of Charity's audition spread across TikTok, X, and Instagram within minutes. Viewers shared their own tearful reactions and stood behind her story of second chances. Key highlights from the night. Social media surge. Charity, Lockhart trended nationally on X as fans replayed her performance. Her AGT segment hit over 1 million views within hours on NBC's official YouTube channel. Personal stories poured in from viewers who saw themselves reflected in her rise. Judge comments. Simon Cowell admitted her recovery and delivery are what a great audition is all about. Mel B called the moment pure magic. Heidi Klum and Howie Mandel echoed praise for her fearlessness and honesty. Cultural impact. Viewers compared the night to iconic AGT golden buzzer moments of the past. The scene became a watermark for the season, with Charity's breakthrough signaling a return to AGT's roots, real stories, big dreams, and gutsy performances. Her story resonated far beyond the show, leading to interviews, features, and a groundswell of support for survivors, single parents, and underdogs everywhere. Charity Lockhart's golden buzzer wasn't just another AGT highlight. It felt like the country embraced her at once, a reminder of how one authentic moment can shift a career and move millions. Beyond fame, Charity Lockhart's mission, influence, and evolving fortune. As Charity Lockhart shines brighter in the entertainment spotlight, her purpose extends well past music and media. She is rewriting what it means to make it by choosing to invest her success into causes and communities close to her heart. Her journey is not just a tale of personal victory, but a powerful example of generosity, mentorship, and a more meaningful kind of influence. Here's how her legacy is growing on and off the stage. Paying it forward, the House of Charity and Community Impact. Charity Lockhart's life has always been bigger than herself. Drawing from her own experience with homelessness, she has become a champion for families at risk. Instead of chasing material gain, she has rooted her success in giving back. Her most ambitious effort is the House of Charity initiative. Using her earnings and growing network, Charity purchased her first home in Ohio and dedicated it to help single-parent and homeless families move toward permanent housing. This is only the beginning. She has launched a campaign to secure land and build more transitional homes for those struggling to find stability, putting real resources into projects that change lives. Her approach is personal, hands-on, and marked by her faith. Tangible investments, proceeds from shows, as well as direct donations from fans and faith-based supporters, fund these housing projects. Every dollar contributes to a real roof for a real family. Collaboration with churches. To speed up progress, Charity partners with local churches and faith communities, uniting spiritual support with practical action and mobilizing volunteers for renovation and outreach. Involving her audience, instead of limiting her activism to private charity, she goes public, inviting concertgoers and social media followers to join the mission. She often pauses mid-show to share updates, offer calls to action, or spotlight success stories. Transparency and trust. Her organization, currently seeking full nonprofit status, operates with financial clarity and regular public updates, showing exactly where donations go. For Charity, community impact is about real change on the ground, driven by a sense of duty to those still struggling. She treats each new house, donation, or act of advocacy as a way to break the cycle of homelessness, just as she broke her own. Expanding her platform, books, workshops, voice lessons, and more. Lockhart sees her platform as a springboard for others. Whether on stage or off, she has made education, encouragement, and empowerment the pillars of her outreach. Her credibility comes not only from her vocal power but also from her willingness to guide others, especially those facing obstacles like she once did. Here's how she spreads hope and skills beyond the spotlight. Voice lessons. Charity offers both online and in-person voice training, aimed at nurturing raw talent among children, teens, and adults. With a 5-octave range, she teaches more than music. Her lessons cover confidence, stage presence, and perseverance. Motivational workshops. Frequent workshops focus on building self-worth and practical life skills, especially for at-risk youth and aspiring artists. Her sessions build community, turning her story into fuel for others' dreams. Books and creative tools. Charity has authored several works, including children's coloring books and motivational reads, all designed to foster creativity, resilience, and purpose in young readers. Her books become keepsakes and motivational resources in classrooms and community centers. Partnerships and events. She works with nonprofits, schools, and advocacy groups to bring performances, talks, and creative programs to underserved neighborhoods, often waiving standard fees to ensure everyone has access. Accessible mentorship. Through her website and social media, Charity keeps her advice and inspiration accessible, offering encouragement, sharing her faith, and delivering hard-earned wisdom through real-life examples. Her goal is simple and bold: use every tool at her disposal to reach those left behind, pushing them toward their own breakthroughs, on stage or in life. The new face of success. What Charity's story means for today's talent shows. Charity Lockhart's climb reflects a turn in what audiences and producers value in music competitions like AGT. The era where viral stardom was based only on spectacle is shifting. People now look for artists whose stories and substance matter as much as their sound. Charity fits this perfectly. AGT and similar platforms have started to favor authenticity, resilience, and emotional connection. The public's response to her journey, overcoming real hardship and building a new life through both art and action, shows that making an impact goes beyond jaw-dropping performances. Key lessons from her success include: value of authenticity. Her willingness to show her scars, not just her skills, invites trust and long-term loyalty from fans and judges alike. Community over celebrity. Rather than wealth for its own sake, she uses increased earnings and public exposure to fuel charity, education, and advocacy. Redefining what lasts. By focusing on tangible good, like homes for families and personal empowerment, her fame gains meaning and durability, setting her apart in a sea of one-hit wonders. Public participation. It's not just about her moment in the spotlight. Charity makes supporters part of the story, from donating to her housing projects to participating in her outreach efforts. In this new wave, TV contests serve as launchpads for changemakers, not just entertainers. Charity Lockhart's evolving fortune is built as much on giving back as on applause, signaling how the next generation of talent will build their legacies. Authentic voices and genuine actions are what stick in people's minds and hearts. Charity Lockhart's story proves that true success grows from a mix of raw talent, determination, and a heart for others. Her rise from hardship, her fearless voice on the AGT stage, and her decision to turn her earnings into shelter for those in need all set her apart. She shows that fame built on resilience, service, and sincerity stands the test of time. Lockhart reminds us that lasting influence doesn't come just from applause but from lifting others up along the way. Her journey inspires anyone facing hard times to keep moving forward and use every gift to create hope for themselves and their communities. Thank you for following Charity's story. Share your thoughts or stories of hope. Each voice, like hers, matters.